The protagonist finds himself trapped in an intense moment, facing a gun pointed at him by Tyler. Tyler counts down to a critical moment they call the ground zero, while the protagonist struggles to find the right words. Tyler glances out the window at the city below as the narrator remembers how he met Tyler. The narrator, a product recall specialist for a car company, suffers from insomnia due to frequent travel and stress. To cope, he indulges in consumerism and joins support groups for emotional release. There, he meets Bob, a man with gynecomastia, and finds comfort in their hugs. However, the arrival of Marla, a dishonest woman attending the same meetings, disrupts his newfound peace, leaving him sleepless once again. The narrator, still struggling with insomnia, meets Marla, and they agree to attend support groups on different days. Despite this, his sleeplessness persists. On a flight, he meets Tyler, a soap salesman with an unconventional lifestyle. Returning home to a devastating condo explosion, he contacts Tyler and they become acquainted. Tyler invites the narrator to live with him, but only after engaging in a cathartic fistfight. They find an unusual camaraderie in each other's company at Tyler's rundown home. As days pass, Tyler and the narrator continue fighting, attracting more tough guys to their group. They decide to formalize it as a fight club in the bar's basement, where they had their first fight. Rules are set, with the first two being, you do not talk about Fight Club, though they are often broken as members invite friends to join. Throughout, Tyler shares his insightful yet unorthodox and immoral views on life. The narrator unexpectedly runs into Marla and lies about joining a men's support group. Despite feeling contempt for her, he finds himself interested in Marla. When Marla overdoses on Xanax, the narrator ignores her rambling phone call. Later, he discovers that Tyler answered the call and had sex with Marla, much to his disgust. The next morning, Marla confronts the narrator, and Tyler makes him promise not to mention Tyler to her. That night, the narrator joins Tyler in stealing human fat from a liposuction clinic dumpster, which Tyler uses to make soap. Back in the kitchen, Tyler teaches the narrator how to render tallow from the fat and shares the history of soap making. Tyler gives the narrator a horrific chemical burn on his hand, considering it a rite of passage, and forces him to accept allegiance. Tyler neutralizes the burn with vinegar. Later, with the club growing, the narrator and Tyler become more extreme in their actions. They hold a college dropout, June Kim, at gunpoint, forcing him to pursue his dream. Tyler gives the members a homework assignment to pick a fight and lose with a stranger. Bob and another member take on the task in a downtown plaza and antagonize a priest, finding it much harder than expected. Tyler introduces the narrator to his new hobby of making explosives in the basement. They continue managing the fight club, but at a different frequency. Tyler assigns homework to his recruits, preaching against consumerism and authority. This evolves into Project Mayhem, focusing on vandalism and destruction. The investigation into their actions is called off when Tyler shows that they target essential workers. Their dilapidated house becomes the center of mayhem, where new recruits are trained and plans are made. Jealous of Tyler, the narrator disfigures a recruit out of envy. During a car ride, Tyler taunts the narrator and admits to destroying his apartment. They crash the car, and Tyler claims the narrator has a new life after the near-death experience. During Tyler's absence, the narrator stays with growing mayhem members who watch their acts of vandalism on TV. When he asks about their mischief, Bob reminds him of the first rule: you do not ask questions. Later, Bob is killed during a botched sabotage operation. After his death, the narrator tries to disband the group to avoid more trouble. He searches for Tyler and finds a list of phone numbers he recently used. Following the list, he discovers fight clubs spreading all over the country. At a bar, the narrator is shocked and the bartender addresses him as Tyler Durden. He calls Marla to confirm their relationship, and she also knows him as Tyler. Back in his hotel room, Tyler appears, revealing they are the same person. The narrator suffers from insomnia, and whenever he can't sleep or at random times, Tyler's persona takes over. The realization overwhelms him, and he faints. Upon waking up, he finds a phone list with calls from all over the country beside him. The narrator returns home to find it empty but discovers files detailing buildings targeted by Project Mayhem. He reports everything to the police, only to find out they are Mayhem members. He escapes, disarms a bomb, and fights with Tyler, who reactivates the bomb. They move to another building to watch the destruction safely. Back in the opening scene, the narrator tells Tyler he can't think of anything. Tyler jokes about flashback humor. The narrator pleads with Tyler to stop the project, but Tyler remains firm, believing he's saving mankind from consumerism. The narrator realizes he can do whatever Tyler does. He puts the gun to his own head and pulls the trigger, only to survive with a wound. Members of Project Mayhem arrive, including Marla, as the narrator recovers. As the Mayhem members leave to get medical supplies, Tyler reassures Marla that everything will be fine. The detonations begin and the buildings collapse. Holding Marla's hand, Tyler says, "You met me at a very strange time in my life." They watch as the explosives go off and the chaos unfolds.